So basically, to start, this video had portions of the VOD muted, right? Because copyright. I was making a SunMin VRoid model based off of the streamer's SunMin, and I used things from Booth, which are the clothes and the shoes. Um, I made the back part of the hair and the bangs. I did not make the cowlicks or the side pieces of the hair, the little part by the ears, right? Nothing else was made by me except for the accessories on the head of the hair and stuff like that. That was all me. The hair and the hair accessory pieces. Uh, I don't know what to do because the entire VOD is just trashed. This video is from 6 months ago, so I'm just gonna re-upload it the way that it is. I'm gonna try and find a bunch of music. This is gonna be in my scuffed category of VODs for streams that I've done in the past, because I'm still starting out. I'm gonna tell you, 6 months ago, I tried streaming on my mom's PC. That's where this comes from. I did not have the settings right, so that's why portions of the video were muted for the audio. And I will pause, like, not pause, like physically pause the stream or whatever, right? But I myself will pause to go and look at other things while streaming, and it'll just be a part of the video where you just sit there, like you just stare at the screen. At the time I had music playing, so I was like, it'll be fine. Like you see here, I put in the starting soon screen because I was like, okay, now I know how this transition works. I'm gonna put this here. I did not realize that I was streaming first for a bit of it because I was busy looking at other stuff. And then, yeah. So basically, those moments where it just seems like there's nothing going on, just assume that I was messing with music or looking at the other screen. Yeah. Alright. Bye. Strap in, guys, because I end up rambling, ranting, yapping, and repeating myself over and over again in this video. I basically like recorded without stop for an entire hour for this. Yeah, enjoy that. Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot to mention that I am using Adobe Premiere Rush to edit this video, and a lot of my other videos will be edited this way. Um, I have no music downloaded to put in this video, so that's an issue. And I sit on the starting soon screen for like 5 minutes here, and then I have a be right back section where I sit and it's just sitting there for a very long time. And like I said, the pauses where I'm looking at the other screen is very, like, you very clearly see when I'm looking at the other screen at those moments. It's like, dude, yeah, the music's there, but you're not doing anything. And this is why I figured I struggle with like a silent screen to video, because it's like if I put a video on and there's nothing there for it, you guys will sit there and be like, well, why am I watching this? It's super. I just hit my desk. It is super quiet. There's nothing going on at those moments where I'm just sitting there. And that's me being complacent about my own stuff, right? Like, I completely understand when people put stuff on in the background that is just no noise, but like it's there, right? Because I've done it a couple times. But this is an hour and 57 minutes long. Are you kidding me, dude? Like, I look back at it and I'm like, me doing a voiceover now, obviously, but like, I look back at it and I'm, why didn't you make sure that you had the VOD settings correct? Right? And also, why didn't you have something there that could entertain people for a bit instead of just sitting there looking at a VRoid model doing nothing? Like, I'm like, I could have, I don't know, gone into the looks or the photo section and just looped her doing an action pose and had that sitting there that way. That would have been okay. Like, but I know that would have been like completely muted and not understood. Like, why is that character just doing that over and over again, right? I don't know, guys. I'm 6 months in the future looking back at this and I'm like, wow, this is scuffed. um when I'm editing it in Adobe Premiere Rush, because it is scuffed, I didn't want it to sit there and just be something that was copyrighted on my channel. Obviously, I stream on Twitch. Check me out on Twitch at Ricket underscore, all lowercase and then an underscore. I don't know when I stream, so just follow me and click notifications, and then you'll figure it out, right? 6 months in the future, guys. I am 6 months in the future editing a video from 6 months in the past, looking back at it and going, oh, look at all these mistakes that I've made. It is like looking back at old artwork and cringing. I mean, you're bound to do it anyway. But I look back at it now. I'm happy that I made this, right? Because otherwise, why would I have the VOD and why would I take the time to edit a video 6 months in the future for it, right? But I'm like, dude, I continue to make mistakes. I'm going to continue to make mistakes. That's just a given. And you're sitting here looking at a screen right now where nothing is going on. Just the blank stare of a VRoid character. And I'm like, oh. I've watched the video already for an hour to make sure that everything, like the entire VOD, I go in and I've muted the entire thing, because the parts where they weren't muted, I was like, why have them sit and be the parts where there is muted parts, right? I don't like that. When a video just suddenly goes silent, I'm sure people are like, why is it silent? Because I do that. I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, oh, wait. The audio portion of this video has been muted due to copyright. Uh-huh, yeah. I want to talk a little bit about SunMin. The reason why I made this is because I liked them and I liked their character. that they have, their little PNG tuber, little Minecraft character they had. I was like, I'll make that in VRoid. It's not accurate because I took clothing from Booth, but I wasn't gonna go in and make an entire texture and then put it on there because I knew that was gonna take much longer. And I was just messing around with VRoid at the time. Like, I've used VRoid in the past. I know how to use it, right? But it had been so long since I used VRoid, I decided, why not do a stream literally after doing the hair, guys. Literally after doing the hair, I was like, why not do a stream? That'll be fun. I haven't streamed. I should try that. And so I did. And this is what you're getting. An entirely scuffed stream of 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 5 seconds. Like, okay. I really did it to myself here. Literally, you're looking at me sitting, doing nothing. Technically, to your eyes, because this is what you're seeing, is the nothing. You could have been seeing me scroll around on Booth or whatever I was doing at the time, and that would have been content, but I didn't do that because I didn't want to share that part of the screen. I did have fun though. I didn't speak the entire time for that video, for that stream, but I did have fun because I was just chilling, testing the waters. I continue to test the waters every time I stream. And you'll see that in the future when I upload my other VODs. I love the authenticity of just sitting here and talking to you guys while not even giving myself a script, because I know for sure if I give myself a script, I'm going to sit and I'm going to go, like, how do I say this? And then reading it out to you guys, I feel like I would be more robotic. If you have ever had those classes where you have to stand up in front of the rest of the class and report about something that you did, like those projects and stuff, you know what it's like to read off what you have written. And for the teacher to give you style points or whatever points to make it seem more like something, instead of just reading, right? You give it more character. I can't do that with a script sometimes, and sometimes I can. I mean, I was in 2 musicals in middle school that did really well. But nowadays, I look at a script and I worry about what my performance might look like. So I don't want to do that to myself when I'm just making content. I will eventually put scripts together because I like to perform, but not like the extent of Broadway. You are getting Rickett Yap session right now, and this is Rickett from the future, which is funny to me. Like, I don't think if I wasn't passionate about making content that people would enjoy, right? Being a performer, entertainment, right? I wouldn't sit here and mute an entirely old 6-month-old VOD and sit here and talk about whatever I want to talk about that's on my mind, right? If I did not care enough to do that, right, then you would just get the VOD as it was, and it would have been there for years like that, right? I'm telling you, I have a copy of the VOD that has the audio portions muted, and then you'll have this, right? I'm gonna take the other VOD off of YouTube, and I'm gonna upload this one, which Hi, if you're watching this, YouTube. And I'll have that part like forever. I'll have this forever and that part forever. And I will continue to do something about it. I don't think I'm going to edit videos to the extent, at least right now, that they seem like actual like edited down videos of like, here's what I did in this video. Pause for a moment. This is what I do here, and this is what's going to happen. Blah blah blah. Oh, will this happen? Like, like those typical like voice lines. You see here, I sit in the be right back screen. Why? I don't remember. It was 6 months ago. Um, what I do remember is there are a couple times where I sit and I grab stuff, and I think this is one of those moments where I was grabbing stuff from the other screen. If it wasn't, then I was either getting water or going to the bathroom. And it does take me a while to grab and download stuff, by the way. I am not fast with it. I'm not quick with it, guys. Yeah. You're hearing this now, right? There might be music playing in the background, there might not. It is an hour-long video, so the chances of me finding royalty-free music that lasts long enough during these times to not be weirdly looped over and over that would annoy you are very small. Oh, it was to grab the shoes. Look at that. I'm looking at shoes. Do I want boots or do I want something else? I think I'm grabbing the shoes now. Looking at that creator's page. This is incredibly awkward. I am so sorry. I keep saying sorry, but if you're sitting here watching and it's 17 minutes in, thank you for watching. If you get bored at any point and you click off, I'll see it. Because that's how YouTube works. They'll show me the engagement pieces of the video. But I don't care. I mean, like, I'm making this so that way if you need to put something on in the background of just somebody yapping, it's right here. If you wanted to watch something old of mine and you are a viewer of mine from the future, welcome from the past or current, I don't know, whatever time you watch this, and if you're a viewer from mine from Twitch and you're like, I wonder what he made in the past, right? It's right here. Oh, look at me figuring out how to fit it to the screen. So silly. I actually think I actually bumped it and tried to move it to fit it better, because I didn't see the other parts of it. Yeah, I'm trying to fit it better. I'm silly. Yeah, this was made back in November. Yeah, I'm testing things on the screen. That Kevin is not real. Kevin is not real. If there's a Kevin in the future that is following me, hi Kevin. Reference. But no, I was testing out stuff in I believe OBS. Yeah, I was in OBS testing things out. I think, yeah, I was. I wanted to make sure that if anyone did start following me during the stream, that their name would pop up somewhere. Oh, here we go. Back to the program. Why is he sitting there? Why is he sitting there? Ricket. Come on, man. Ricket. Are you getting the shoes? I'm watching my video back like I don't know. I don't. I really don't know. If you hear the sound of my chair, you hear the sound of my chair. I have a chair. That's crazy. Uh, I'm editing this on my computer. I'm not on my mom's computer. So yeah, my computer's working now. Kind of. I don't want to say that my videos won't be scuffed or my streams won't be scuffed, because that's giving you guys something that's going to be like, oh, this is a professional right here, or at least he knows what he's doing. I have no idea what I'm doing half the time that I'm doing things, even in like real life. I go with the flow, and maybe that's not a good thing, but for me, that helps me learn what I'm doing. Because even if I do all the research, I end up getting mad if something goes wrong, even though I've done the research. Like this video, like this entire stream, not knowing that uh, parts of the video would be muted due to copyright, thinking that I had the audio set so that way the music wouldn't play in the VOD. Yeah. Also, do not believe everything you see that it's if it says it's royalty free or can be played in streams, right? That's not always the case, cuz this stream was an example of a lie. I had a bunch of songs that did show up in the VOD and a bunch of songs that copyright strike the VOD. And why? I have no idea, but it was in a playlist that said it could be streamed on Twitch. And it said that it was in a way that it could be streamed without putting the audio portion off. But because I wanted to be safe, I put the audio portion on the thing to not go to the VOD, but it still went to the VOD. I come to find out later, I checked the wrong box on OBS instead of the VOD box for it, and that is what got me in trouble. I can't believe we're 22 minutes in and you're staring at nothing. This happens a lot. One day I'll figure it out. I also have not figured out the volume control on my mic. I mean, I know what to do, and I'm projecting my voice right now, so I'm definitely gonna be raspy after this. But I have other things to edit after this as well. What will Rickett figure out in the future? I hope I look back at this video after I'm done editing it, and it's been like maybe 3 years in the future or whatever time that I figure something out for editing videos, and I go, ugh, what were you thinking? Because that'll make me smile. If I'm me watching this in the future, seeing this, and I'm going, ugh, and then I laugh at myself for saying that, right? Hi, me. How you doing? If you're cringing at this now, great. Because that means we got better. Oh, yep. I was looking at other shoes. Wait, no. Hold up. I now know and remember what was going on. I was looking at SunMin's character design on the other screen, trying to figure out what was similar enough to get it going. I don't think I was like full on like, okay, I have this here, right? But I do remember bits and pieces of me looking at SunMin. Either it was on my phone or on the other screen. I can't remember, but I do remember that I had a lot of stuff on my phone and my the other screen to look at. Do I take from both though? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I take some shoes from Booth to match the dress. I'll figure it out in a couple minutes. Ah, you're looking at me playing detective in the future of what did I do here, which is crazy, but not like, you know. I hear from like YouTubers all the time that they don't remember doing something in a video and then they watch it back later because somebody points out, oh, you said the exact same thing in this video from a long time ago. And they go, no, I didn't. And then they go and they look and they're like, oh my god. You know? And so there's also the videos where they're like, I don't remember what happened here. What was the context of this, right? And I think this is what's going on with me right now. Oh, yep. See. Let's see what I do. I'm watching this in real time, trying to figure out what I do, even though I watched this before to make sure that I muted everything in this video. Oh, and we are looking at the other screens. What a wonderful day. What did I do? What am I doing? Oh, I see you. Custom. Oh, look. I did grab some shoes. Look at that. Yep. Yep, these are the ones that go with the dress. Right. Good to know. I was right. I did grab the shoes from Booth. I really like who made this on Booth. I gotta go back and check who made it. I'll put the credits in this description. If I said that already, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I look at a lot of Booth things now for VRoid because I'm too lazy to do my own textures at the moment. I feel like I spend too much time trying to make things perfect that it shouldn't really matter because I'm just playing around. But I've tried to not make it so serious, but I still end up being serious. I don't know. Artist brain, I guess. talking talking about what you probably hear in the background when I stop talking is a fan, cuz it gets really hot in my room really quick. So that's probably what you hear. And then you hear my chair, and then you hear me moving around, then I hit my desk. By the way, that really hurt. uh I'm pitching up my voice right now to speak to you so that way you can hear me better, because I found out sometimes my resting voice is too low to be picked up. Yeah. In this VRoid, you can like slide the stuff over to make the texture of the shoe look different. Like expand it, contract it, and I was messing with that to figure out how it would look for SunMin, trying to make it as like shapely accurate as possible. I'm not so much of a perfectionist that if I take somebody else's design and it doesn't look right, I get mad. I am, however, a perfectionist in the fact that if I don't take somebody else's design and I do my own thing and I mess with the parameters on the side and it doesn't look right, I will freak out. So that is why I like to take a lot of free stuff from Booth and try it out there. Um, which everyone who makes stuff for Booth, like, incredible artists, like, they're so well done. Like, I'm amazed. Whether you pay for it or they make it free is like, that is insane. How do you do that? Like, how do you have the confidence to be like, oh, I reset it? That's crazy. Um, Such appreciation for those people. It is. Did I do the skin? No, I didn't make the skin either. I think that's at the skin itself. I think is also from Booth. I don't remember. I'd have to check. Again, it's on my mom's PC, not on mine. So that's something I'll check later when I go to her PC to check something with her. Eh. Uh, what else? Oh, I was talking about the Booth stuff, right? Yeah. Basically, Booth is a lifesaver for people who don't want to take the time to do their own stuff. Currently, I don't want to do my own stuff because I know how frustrating I'll get. I'll spend an entire day on it because I have in the past, and that was not a fun experience. I kept finding things that were wrong and kept trying to fix them, and I kept fixing them and fixing them and fixing them till I was like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. But then I couldn't go to bed because it'd wake me up, and I'd be like, I gotta fix this. I gotta make this right. And that is why I use Booth for a lot of free textures for clothing and skin and other things like eyes and whatever, right? Um, what I do wish, like, here's something crazy, right? What I do wish VRoid had, right, was a better way to separate. I mean, you can already separate pieces, right? But like a better way to understand and separate like accessories of the clothing. They have clothing accessories that you can make yourself, but it doesn't really like, you know, doesn't give that oomph that like a lot of VRoid artists will use hair to make an accessory for clothing and stuff, like I do in this video. And I feel like if the creators of VRoid decided they wanted to change something up, that could be something. Give us like more accessories, more than just gloves and necklaces and um, rings and stuff and all this, like give us more belts, more bows, more, like, give us hats. A lot of people who use VRoid, if a character has a hat, they're using the hair texture and drawing over it to make it look different, to make it a hat. I would much rather like if there was a way to, like, I don't know, a flat cap or a cowboy hat or a crown or whatever, right? Give us that range and also give us like something that we can do in the clothing section instead of just putting it in the hair, because every time you put it in the hair, right, it's in a specific spot, so that way you can't double up. If you put the hat in a specific spot and you need a cowlick and that's in that section, right, then you have an issue there. Or you have to combine the entire thing to make it so that way you have the hair, the hat, and everything else with it, right? But who wants to do that? Maybe I just want to put a hat on and have the bangs showing, or put a hat on and have the back of the hair and the bangs and like the whole shebang underneath it, right? But not have to like go and see that, oh, suddenly now it looks like there's a bald spot when the character moves and whatever, right? I'd like that. They made the accessories tab. They have glasses and they have tails and they have ears, like the animal ears. I appreciate that. But give us hats and scarves and whatever, right? Things that would be like regularly put to a character. Maybe a cape. I don't know. Like you can tell with SunMin's model with the booth dress, that was a lot of different textures put together for just the dress, right? When maybe, I don't know, we could do something else with it. Maybe you can have it where the sections are different and not in just a dress or whatever, right? Say I wanted to make a belt for that, and the belt texture doesn't look right because it's only showing as this, and then suddenly when I'm making the belt it looks more like a bow, or this certain piece of the belt is popped out as a belt buckle. I'd like a little bit more difference in that. A lot of people use Unity or other programs to make their accessories and make the character a little bit more defined, but people who don't want to use that stuff, like me, I don't want to have to learn it right now. And like it's very like limiting, and having to learn all of that extra stuff feels like a lot to do just for VRoid. I know I'm yapping and I'm complaining. It sounds like complaining. Oh, this is my critique, right? I just like it to have a little bit extra here and there. So that way regular just VRoid users have a little bit more to do. Yeah, we get creative, but it's not I don't know. I sound like I'm complaining. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it sound more like critique, but I'm not good at critiquing things, and I'm not good at whatever. Oh, be right back, screen. What am I doing here? How long does this sit for? Oh. Guys, I'm gonna get so tired so quick after this is done. I have so much more to do. I have like, it's Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Actually, hold on. Yeah, it's Wednesday. And I have so much more to do, but I decided to use this and fix this because it's been sitting there for so long. And I was like, might as well, right? I have Adobe Premiere Rush right now. Might as well. I don't like sitting in silence, but I have to do this for the video. This is a very long be right back. Honestly. Did I go get something to drink? What am I doing here? I have no idea. See, now, if I had a mic during that moment 6 months ago on my mom's PC, I probably would have talked about stuff like I talk about stuff here, and I would have just rambled on and talked and yapped about literally anything. I'm not somebody who's going to talk about what's going on in the video, because I don't know what's going on in the video. And even if I'm like streaming it, I don't know how to give direction to people. So that's something too. Oh, here's a question I've been thinking about that I know somebody might ask someday. Will I make a VRoid for my character? I have tried to make a VRoid of my own persona. I have tried. I do not like what I got. And also, I am currently at this given time in this time in history in my life trying to redesign or make my persona fit well enough that it works for like drawing from other people. I've had friends who wanted to draw my persona, and I'm seeing things that are on my persona that I care about that aren't being translated well. And when I ask them about them, they're like, oh, I had issues with this, this, and this. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So right now, that is what I'm thinking about is how do I translate it so that way those people don't have issues. If I come to a point, like future me, if I have come to a point where I figured that out and people have made fan art because I become popular, right? Or friends have been able to make that art that they wanted to, then yippee, I have found that out, right? But I worked on my persona from day one. It's been 5-6 years now. Basically, I think since I got my iPad in 2020. Yeah, because my dog is gonna be 6 this year. Yeah. So, I worked on it, gave myself artist block and burnout to the point where I was like, I don't know what to do. So I picked things that I always gravitate towards and tried from there. I came across something that I liked in a sketch and I went from there to try and define it. I've defined it, but nothing is defined to a point where I've made a PNG tuber at this given moment or anything else of him that is like public ready. Like if I made a reference sheet, that's not ready. If I made a PNG tuber, that's not ready. If I made like literally like actual art for my character, right? Maybe an ending soon or a starting soon screen. Those aren't ready. No emotes are ready. So what I'm focusing on right now, instead of just like forcing myself to do a VRoid of him, is to focus on just using the PNG tuber that I have currently, which is not in this video, and making content that I want to make, figuring out what's going wrong in every VOD and working on that, seeing how my computer is, and also dealing with daily life struggles. Wow. Okay, wow. This is a long be right back. Oh, there we go. There we go. Talk about it and he will return. What are we working on now, Rickett? Oh, okay. Yep, see? The accessories tab. Rabbit ears, cat ears, glasses. Then I was like, what can I add here? Do I need to add anything? No. So, what do I go back to? Hair. I remember, oh yeah, if I want to make something, put it in the hair section. Here we go. This is where I make the horns. I'm messing with the guided parameters there. Oh. The procedural group is the one that's already a thing. That's what I used for the back of the head, the hair there. But the free hair guide is what I used for the bangs that I remember, and also for the horns. And this takes me forever. We are 45 minutes in of a 1 hour and 57-minute video. So, this is a strap-in moment. This is where I cook from my brain looking at a reference photo of SunMin's horns or antlers. Still, every time I say horns or antlers, I get both of them confused. Like, I know one of them falls off and the other one stays. But every time I try to remember if somebody has horns or antlers, it's just like it's a part of the head that sticks out. This is I guess the guide there, what I'm doing, right? This is what I mean that like people who've made hats in VRoid, this is what they've done. Except instead of having it deep down like that little giant crevice there, right? They actually like form it differently. It looks like a giant plant right now. And I like that. I am going to check this audio back, by the way, after I'm done recording this. And I'm just going to say, oh, good enough. Or if it's not good enough, I'm going to spend another hour on it. I've not stopped talking. I just want to get this done with, don't I? Oh, I do. I do. But actually looking at the video here, what I can say, I'm moving the mic, what I can say is, SunMin's antler horns, they're very unique. That's me checking. They're very unique in a way that I really like that, the way that they are. That's really cool. And I want to say that despite struggling with them, they were really fun to make. I think the thing I struggled with the most on this was the horns or antlers, because I wanted to make them in a direction that worked. That, like, if you looked at it and then you looked at how the character, like, looks and stuff, and I put it side by side with SunMin fan art or SunMin official art, right, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that works, right? And I'm really proud of what I got, and in the end, one thing I really wish I did a little bit better on was the flower crown. But I did good with what I got. I did not change any textures of the hair for any of this. I could have, but I did not. Because who wants to draw when you're just messing around with something to see how you can do something? I did not want to do that day. I keep saying that, but that's the truth. I did not want to draw that day. I did not. I just wanted to, like, see what I could do. See what I could come up with. I had originally planned on doing something else, but because SunMin was on the mind, it was like worth it. I'm doing that one, right? I'm trying to figure out how to separate the colors, and then I remember how to do it. Right? Watch me. Oh, duh. That's me going, oh, duh. That's how you do it. You're trying to figure out what position is the best position. I know where they come out of, but I wanted to figure out what position is the best position so that way I can turn them around to be in the right spot. And it's crazy to me that I still kind of struggle with this to this day. But at the same time, it was like this version, this that I come up with when I turn it around. Oh yeah, that works perfectly, right? I can do that then, right? And I move this one around just in case it looks it's in the wrong spot, because it was. Move them closer together, and that's what that looks like. But I'm not done yet. No. Yep, I delete them. Because what am I gonna do? Adjust the width and the thickness in the back, which in hindsight, if I wanted to do stuff in the front, I should have turned to the back. That's how that works best. And I figured that out, and I'm glad I figured that out, right? But I was really frustrated because I was like, why do I have to do it that way? Like, there's no, like, obviously, no audio, but, like, my thoughts were very much, why is it like this? Why can't I just put it in the front? I figured out why later, and it makes sense now, and it's just because that's how it is. It's not because of where I put my mouse. It's because in the direction of things, it looks like you're going to the other side, right? When you're drawing it on. So when I drew it on the front, of course it's going to go to the back. When I drew it on the back, it's going to go to the front because the lines translate it that way. This right here, messing with the guide, was bending it to make it fit and look the way SunMin's antler horns do. I'm just gonna keep calling them antler horns, guys. It is 7 o'clock at night. I am tired. I could come back to this later and talk about it, but I don't want to. I want to finish this. Oh, look. If you look in the corner of the screen, you can see that it is now 53 minutes into the video. I love you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. I have no water in the house that I can drink right now, so my voice is definitely going to be gone. And, yeah. Oh, I know why I'm doing that. Color. That testing was good enough, and now I'm on to the actual thing. I could have, like, figured out what color her antler horns were by doing a color picker and figuring that out there. Not from the program itself, but, like, from a website. But I did not feel like doing that time. Now I know I can do that on the PC. I might do that for some things. But, in that given moment. I did not know I could do that. So, yeah. I messed it up too much. I'm a silly sausage. Mm. Here is me asking for engagement of the video. If you like this video, like the video. If you like the content of me yapping for an hour, subscribe and follow my other socials. I am Ricket _ all lowercase on Twitch. I am Ricket _ on Twitter and Blue Sky, and on TikTok, if TikTok still exists. I do not have any videos up on TikTok, but one day I will, if it still exists. I'd love to entertain and do more stuff like this in the future, and I know I will, because nothing can stop me. Only me. Only I can stop me. Just like only you can decide what to do with your life. No one can dictate that for you. There can be restrictions, but still. Also, this is not a thing to say that you can do anything illegal. Please don't. That is crazy. I do not condone any of that stuff. Don't let the intrusive thoughts win, please. It's not worth it. Unless it's an intrusive thought like asking somebody if you can touch their bald head and you already know them. Right? That would be a silly intrusive thought. I don't know. I'm being silly. I wish I could tell you the thought process of going through and editing this video, other than the fact that whatever is popping out of my mouth right now, but I can't. Like I said, I can't give direction, so that's not happening. At this point of talking over this, I'm probably not gonna add music to this. You're just gonna hear me yap to like nothing in the background. And yeah, I like how I'm fixing this, actually. This looks actually way better so far than what I made before, and I know it probably will get worse. By the way, did you know that deselecting the symmetry tool can help you with your asymmetry if you need asymmetry for things? I forgot to deselect the symmetry tool during a lot of this, and that could have saved me a lot of time of trying to fix things from every side. Now I'm silent. Did I log in? No. I'm just trying to figure out what is the end shape gonna be. I know I figured this out pretty fast. what the horns antlers are gonna look like here. I know because I tried the other time that I'm like, okay, I have an idea, but let me try it this way. Currently, in this given moment in the future here, and not 6 months ago, I've since then figured out how to do horns, but not in a traditional sense, right? Horns and antlers, right? Uh, I use this video as an example of that because I'm like, it's better to have it this way than it is to have it the other way. And see, look at that, me applying the, oh, if I look from the back, it'll go to the front. Good job, Ricket. Good job. Also, I know how to mess with the ends and the middles to make the shapes look different for the hair. I figured that out. Other than, like, making them super skinny, right? But I've not applied any of this knowledge to do anything else other than just mess around. Oh, I'm about to cook. Guys, I'm about to cook. Look at me go. Oh, there we go. He's cooking. He's straight cooking, guys. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Pass me straight cooking right now. I think I got locked in. I locked in. I was like, I know what I like. I see it. This is it. This works. Ooh. We hit the hour mark 2 minutes ago. Oh, there goes the flash. What else am I looking? I'm probably looking at the next thing, which is the accessory, or how to fix the horns. Because I know me. I figured it out, but did I actually figure it out? Let's see here. Nope, there we go. Messing with it again. Thought I had it, didn't actually have it. Where am I gonna put these? I'm still cooking. I was probably looking at her reference image and going, okay. Guys, I would have probably called it quits. That's how much I like SunMin. I like their content a lot. They're really funny too, and really chill. This is an ad for SunMin on Twitch. If you go watch their stuff and then you go watch my stuff, you'll see why I was so focused on the antler horns. Oh, am I doing that thing? Yep, I did the thing. I cooked before. What is wrong with you? Oh, that. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Something clicked in my brain. I said, wait a second. They look like this. Also, you might also hear the guinea pig in the background. Not them themselves, but like what they're doing. Forgot to mention, I'm sitting right next to a guinea pig cage because my room setup is even scuffed. Uh, that's crazy. Dude. I bet you if I figured out the other stuff before this, right? I probably would have spent an hour on just the antler horns thingies. I mean, the whole video, again, 1 hour, 57 minutes. Right? A lot of it is spent pausing. And looking at a reference or getting stuff. Yeah. If I go silent, it's because I'm locked in. Oh my god. I'm locked in. Watching my own content, finding it amusing. I'm so like... You can tell I'm a perfectionist by the way I'm trying to do this. Trying to figure out how things work there is crazy. Like... There's no like... Okay, sorry for upping the volume. But there is no like... right way to do things. There are people who give you like tutorials online how to do this stuff, right? But half the time that I'm looking at it, right, I'm seeing them go, oh, you just do this, this, and this, right? But they're not explaining what the shape is of the guide. They're not explaining where on the guide to go. They're just saying, oh, you make this, and they're talking about the parameters on the side. So a lot of times now what I do is I look at pictures of what people have done in the past. And I go, if this is how that is done, maybe I can do it this way. Look at me, see? Right? That's what is the secret is. It looks like that on the inside of the head. Oh my god, right? But you gotta do what you gotta do. And I do think this was very well done for what I end up with, at least. Yeah, see? Look at that. They look like antler horns. Antlers. I'd say antlers. Horns? Yeah. Either way, you get it. What is he up to? Oh. Adjusting thickness. What's crazy to me is if I really wanted to make it like work, the one thing I'm not using is the sizing tool or the arrows there near the little mouse button in the corner there. And I could have just pushed them back a bit, but I didn't do that. Instead, I decided to mess with the parameters a bit more to work, and it works for what it is, right? I like it that way. That looks really nice. But if I really wanted to place them in a good spot, I could have done that as well. I did not know I could do that until recently, though. So, yeah. And this is me messing with the face again. Do I want to add extra stuff? Let's see. Because right now, SunMin looks kind of like Princess Peach or Princess Daisy with the lips. And I was like, do I want to add other things to the face? See here, there's not really much of a change. See? I go back to what it was. Oh, here we go. Here's the crazy part. This is the flower crown. I do believe. Which I cooked for this, but it was killing me. Like, a lot of this stuff was killing me because I was like, wait, I really want it to look like this, though. I'm better off with what I got, though, because it does look really nice for my first try at... Actually, this is actually my very first try doing a flower crown in general, flowers in the hair or whatever. Because in the past when I was messing with VRoid, I did not touch that accessory stuff. I did not make horns. I did not make flowers in the hair. I was like, nah. And I used booth assets a lot. I still use booth assets. I'm never getting rid of that. That is such a good tool. I love those people that make their stuff. That is crazy. But a lot of stuff I do want to make on my own, including what I made here, which I'm very proud of myself for. I think when I come back to this in the future, if I ever do come back to it, instead of just leaving it as it is, I think what I'm going to do is make things a bit more smoother and simpler, like the hair. Instead of using all that hair, I just use a couple pieces here and there and give it more texture, you know. But if I don't come back to this, then my brain has decided I like this as it is. It is a masterpiece because it is my first piece. But also at the same time, you can never really like not like the original. I don't like the original. Nah, that's a lie. Because if I didn't like the original, the VOD would not be here. I would not be doing this. So, thank you, SunMin, for being my muse in this. Because otherwise, there would not be a first stream that was as scuffed as this one was. But also as fun to voice over and yap about while doing it. Oh. Look at me trying to make a rose. Okay, so the thing about that, right, is that I learned that a lot of people, they will swirl the hair and try and bulk it out to make it look like a rose. And I was like, maybe I can do that. But what I end up with is totally different than what is right now. And I think what I did was much better because I feel like that is a little bit more accurate. Why would I put a rose in SunMin's hair when there is no roses, right? Which part of this is this? Oh, jump scare. Oh, this is still the pedals. Is it still the pedals? Oh. Oh, you can hear me getting tired. I'm so sorry, guys. Yep, it's still the pedals. I cooked with this, by the way. I don't like how the hair went in this, but like I still cooked with this. It was really good when I came out. Like it was done. Instead of having the highlight there, though, I could have changed it. I know that now, which is great. Ooh. I want to know, like, if you were just messing with VRoid yourself, and oh, so sorry for yawning, and you're not good at VRoid, or you don't call yourself a master at VRoid because you don't know how to do a lot of things. How would you go about making petals and leaves in the hair? Because that would be cool to know that, like, oh, I would have done this. This is not an open invitation to be like, oh, you did this wrong, blah, 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 blah. This is a 6-month-old video, guys. I know what I did wrong here and there. And I know how to fix it in the future and how to form it in the future. This is just me saying, like, if there's somebody out there that didn't know, right, but wanted to try it out, that would be really cool to be like, what do I want to do with this? What would I do to change this? I want you to think about that. Not necessarily make a comment about it, but like, I don't know. Think about, what would I do in this situation? How would I go about this? Going on limited knowledge of VRoid or whatever, right? Because, oh, no longer the petals, this is the leaves. Or yes, the leaves. I think if you challenge yourself to be like, I want to make something like this too, right? Then, of course, then you're gonna figure out, oh, this is how I do it. Like, no artist is the same, right? So, I guess use this as an example of how to figure out for yourself what you want. I still think I cooked with this at the time. It was a very good idea to just do it that way, because then I could figure out how to do everything else. I now know what to do. I'm still gonna start probably leaves first. Yeah. Give it up for my voice. Speaking for an hour and instead of just leaving it for you guys to listen to music that is gonna change here and there the whole time. Cause I did a whole stream for several hours the other day before deciding to edit this video today. And I yapped. Hopefully, by this time you see this video and the other videos, if it's way in the future or whatever, right? You see the long video that I had. To timestamp this, like I said, I made this in November. This 6 months ago. So what is today? Not by day, but like by month, right? That is what I'm saying here. So if you see the month that one of my videos is made in, and it's a very long video, and it looks like it's been cut into parts, hint hint, nudge nudge, wink wink, you know I edited this video a day after doing that stream. And that stream is the reason why today I am editing this video. I should say multiple streams, guys. It is multiple streams in one day. That is how scuffed this stuff is. But yeah. I'm incredibly happy about how this turns out. It's been a year. It's been a couple years. Alright. But with the inspiration I had, November, being able to stream on my mom's PC, but still streaming, right? Kickstarted something crazy. And I think that's I think I'm gonna be very happy in the future if I still stream, right? That I started in November. This being my first video. Cause like, why not? If you ever wanted to stream yourself and you don't know when to start or what to do, right? Just hit the go live button. I guarantee you, going with the flow and not having a plan. I almost said flan. A plan, right? Because if you try and make a plan for yourself, that gives you something that if you're a good planner, then you're great at that, right? But if you're not a good planner and you wanted to test something out and you're not happy about what happened because you planned it and it didn't go well, there you go. Planning exactly how a stream is gonna go doesn't always work out, and finding the middle ground of just going with the flow but also having an idea of what you want is good. I myself very much wing it kind of guy, but I do have ideas. I go to bed sometimes and I'm like, oh man, it'd be really good if I streamed this and did this, right? But I know the moment I stream trying to do that, right? No, that plan goes out the window. And I think that to me is the best thing I could do for myself, right? Oh, look at these flowers, right? They're so good. Oh, look! Craze. That is my actual first ever follower. Which is crazy to me. Every once in a while, Craze will come in and miss a stream. But at the same time, it happens. And that's why VODs exist. Shout out to you, Craze. From the future. These flowers are really good. The petals are really good. I like that. I might not like it in the moment, but who knows? I do know, but like at the same time, it's like these are really good. I liked them a lot. I don't think I should have made the leaves so thick though. I can't remember what flower they were based on. All I can remember is that I saw them and I said, I'm gonna do that. Here we go. I can't remember what the middle of the flower is called that has that piece where you get all the pollen and nectar or whatever, but this is what those are coming up right now. That's what I'm gonna be making. Oh yeah, for sure after this I'm probably going to bed. Yep. Yep. See, I know what I'm doing. This is that middle part. I know nothing about flowers except for some are pretty, and I don't like the smell of most flowers. I don't like the flowery scent. Most flowers to me smell like dirt or poop, depending on what's in them, right? The soil, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, mm. And then like the artificial scents that perfumes give are very off-putting. I don't like those. Right? So that's a thing. Don't try and say, "Oh, it's these types of flowers," right? Unless you like absolutely know for sure what types of flowers and you're like a SunMin watcher, right? You know what types of flowers are in SunMin's hair. Then go ahead, but like don't try and tell me that 6 months ago I had a plan of what types of flowers these were. I was just going with the flow like I always do. I'm not being aggressive. I'm not trying to be like don't do this, don't do that. Like no, you have free will. Remember, you always have free will. You have free will to think. You have free will to theorize what flowers these could be. I'm just telling you right now that in my brain, in that given moment, I was just like, flower have middle piece. Flower look like this. Flower look pretty like this. Flower do this, right? And that is how my brain worked at the time. I was like, okay, that's good enough. I like that. That's nice, though. I gotta say, it is nice. Uh, do I get rid of those or do I keep them? No, I raise it. Okay. I'm actually interested in how I finish this. I remember how it looks in the end. Like, trust the process kind of thing. But, like, at the same time, I'm like, what did I do? It looks really nice. It does. It looks really nice. There we go. Oh, I think I know what's going on here. Yep. I'm gonna rotate it. It's crazy. I rotate this. I actually like that I did that. That's cool. Just goes to show you the final product is not always the same as what it currently looked like, right? At the time, like I finished that, but I was like, I gotta rotate it. I'm gonna rotate it. It looks better rotated this way. Which it really did look better. It looked so good that way. But now I gotta rotate this. I like, I'm like looking at this now and I'm like, how did I like mentally go, okay, this is where this is, this is where this is, this is where this is, right? Because now I look back at it, I'm like, how did I figure that out? Like, just playing like a puzzle piece, that is crazy. I'm not good with puzzles, but apparently I'm really good with this and positions. Love that. The adjustment was really good too. Wow, look at me. I'm an artist. This is really good, guys. Sorry, I'm locked in. The video is like nearly there. I think we have like 20 minutes or something like that left. Is it? Yeah, 20 minutes or so. You're really good at this. Look at you go, Ricket. Look at you go, man. You did so well. Oh, look at that. All right. Almost done. I did all this, right? And I was thinking, I know for sure I was thinking at the time, how do I want to take a picture of this in the end? The end result, what do I want to send and share to the world of the final product? Spoiler alert, it still looks really good in the final product too. I wanted to do so much more with this, and I'm sure in the future I will do more and make something different. I should probably do another VRoid studio stream in the future. Figure out what I want to do then. I have VRoid Studio on my iPad, but I know now how to transport things. So if I draw something on my iPad and I transport it to my PC, I can do that now. Uh, I can do a lot of different things now, actually. It was really nice. Yep, there we go. Me going, okay, how does this look for photos? What do I want for photos? This is what I'm gonna do for photos. Playing with the wind. Also, by the way, if you ever want to see how your hair reacts to something, play with the wind so you can see the bones better. Because once you figure out bones for hair and everything else, it's like, it's a lifesaver to figure out what clips and what doesn't and how it moves. Oh. Yeah, that's me going to the other screen. I like the little movement of the wind here is really nice. But I was also just messing around. I don't Nowadays I don't really see the wind. I just like the staticness of it. But I do mess around with the wind again here and there with other things that I've worked on in VRoid. Those things are never going to be shown because they're just work in progress things and figuring things out and messing around, not trying to make a full thing there. But this whole thing right here, messing around with the animation poses, is just me messing around with that. We are literally like, look at that, 1 hour and 37 minutes. This is so choppy. I hate how choppy it is, but again, PC. What you gonna do? I don't think my mom's PC is built for streaming. My PC currently isn't built for streaming. I know that's for sure. So what I'm working towards is having my PC built for streaming games and art. So everything won't be as choppy. Yeah. This is me sitting here, absolutely no sound, recording audio for a 6-month-old VOD again, and being amazed at what I did in the past. Like, you're telling me I did that, right? Not everything is mine, obviously, but like, I came up with the idea to make SunMin in VRoid Studio and stream it. That to me is crazy. Now, I think the fact that I decided to stream it was even crazier because I was already making SunMin in VRoid Studio before that. And I think that I would have probably like sat there and played the music, did the entire thing without streaming, and sent it and posted it to social media, and it would have been done then and there. But you guys get to see the process of what I did, right? Also, that background, totally free. I don't own that background either. I totally forgot there was a background in this. But yeah, that background is also totally free. I got that from a free website. The lighting. Messing with the lighting is crazy. What are you doing, Ricket? You could have just left the lighting as is. There we go. I do it anyway, like. I can see the bones of the hair in this. And I'm sure if I check my mom's PC and I check the model and I can tell if I go back and I check it out, I'm gonna be right, and it's gonna drive me crazy that I did it that way. Oh, oof, flashbang. I like that I was going through all this thinking, what will look great with this, right? How would I make this look better? Blurring was not it, though. Ooh. Did I tab? No, I didn't tab out. I just paused it. Okay. We're coming up towards the end here. I'm probably gonna find something, slow it down, and make a better pose. Yep. Thank you all so much for watching. I know we're only 40 something minutes in for the last bit of it, but we are coming up to the finish line. Oops, I just knocked something. And I'm coming up to the finish line for myself. I'm definitely going to bed after this, guys. Oh my god. It actually took me a very long time to get this done, and now I have a new appreciation for editors. Like, I already appreciated editors, but like doing this myself is crazy. It's very crazy. I know I don't have the money to pay an editor, but in the future when I do, oh, I'm going to enjoy that. No, I was gonna say something about the pose that I was gonna pick, but I lost it. I have been continuously yapping since the first part of the video where I cut it off and I said bye. And I paused in this as well, but that's okay because I'm zoned in when I'm looking at it. I'm like watching my own video going, huh, I don't know, oh, okay, yeah. And that is what's going on in my head, and I'm like, oh wait, that was really good. And I know I audibly say it a couple times too, but like in my head there's moments where I actually pause here and the audio recording, and I'm like, that was really good. I'm like, good job, that actually worked. Oh, there we go, I'm messing with it again in the app OBS. This is crazy. It wasn't OBS. Oh, okay, look at that. It wasn't OBS this entire time, but I do use OBS now. By the way, so much better to use, but I still don't understand it in this current moment of what is going on and why I'm having issues with it. I could use Streamlabs more often, but I feel like even though they have a lot, I feel like I've been restricted in Streamlabs here and there, like trying to set things up the way I want them to be, or there's too much to it and I just want to like chill. So I feel like OBS is good for me for that. But eh, I guess future me figured it out, and current me is kind of confused, but okay. I like this pose. I really do like this pose. I like the fluidity of it. You'll never see me love a static pose that isn't a little bit more dynamic. Like the ones that you have for reference sheets, I hate those. I hate drawing reference sheets with a static pose, but I know it's good for anybody who needs the reference sheet to draw somebody else's art, right? Somebody else's character. And even for animation, right? But I like dynamic poses more because I guess, I don't know, that's what I was used to drawing. Which is crazy to me because I feel like I drew more static poses when I was growing up. Okay, yep. Yep, and now I'm messing with the facial expression. I'm very proud of past me for doing all of this for an hour. I've done stuff for longer than an hour and not gotten anything done. Like, currently I had this thing for VRoid Studio where I was making somebody else's character, and I spent an hour on the hair and only really found out one thing, in that the hair was very hard to draw or make, and so I deleted it to start over, and I spent hours on just the bangs at some point. This version of me, who is just like, yeah, you know, whatever, right? He cooked. He cooked. I wish now I figure out, like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go with the flow like I do with that. I feel like, no, not the pressure of streaming, right? Because it wasn't the pressure of streaming for this, right? It was just me chilling. I put the stream on to be there so that way I had something to record for the the process video of it. Which I had this whole plan of, oh, I'm gonna make a script and I'm gonna voice it over and say what I did and everything. But I try to write a script, like I said earlier in the video today, that I can't do scripts. I try to write a script for this to detail piece by piece what happened in the video. Like, I had laid it out, like, in this part of the video this happens, in this part of this video this happens, right? I'm not following that script. I hate that script. That script sucked, and I did not know how to word anything. Past me had this whole idea of a script being involved. Past me had this whole idea of having this video be made so that way everybody knew how I made SunMin in VRoid Studio, which it's still that type of video, but it's less of a like tutorial and how I did things and more of a, I did this kind of video. Like, I just did this. I took stuff from Booth. I messed around with things for hair, and I did that. I wish I recorded the hair part. I am so sorry. You get to see the horns and the flower crown. That, I guess that's good enough, right? Because then you can tell that I tried something. The only thing I do wish I did try with the hair before making the stream happen, right, is try to do the pieces for near the ears and the cowlicks myself, because that would have given me good practice too. But I didn't do that. I understand why I didn't do that, because now trying to do that is crazy. I wish I didn't make SunMin look like Princess Daisy or Princess Peach. But like, as far as like the lips and stuff go, right? But that's that. I still like it. I love this, actually. And I think eventually I'll take the model itself. I'll ask my mom to send it to me so I can have it on this computer and work on it here and figure out what I can change differently. But right now, we'll look at this beast of me. Just, I enjoyed myself here. Like, I enjoyed making a stream that was an hour long. I'm making her jump everywhere, which is stupid. But let's trying to move her in a good spot. We're coming up towards the end of the video. So here's what I gotta say about that. This entire stream, if I had muted the audio or found actual good streaming music that would not get my stream muted in pieces, would have been so much better, just as like a 1 hour video of someone making something in VRoid with no voiceover. But here I am, 6 months later, making a voiceover for a video, and smiling back at my past self. Like, good job, Rocket Man. You didn't know what you were doing, but you did it. And now this is out there, and I'm making this for everyone so that way they don't have to hear nothing when they watch this video, or pieces of the video get muted, whatever, right? I love you all equally. This has been a crazy experience to do a voiceover for editing, and as I wrap up here in the stream, I'm wrapping up here in the video. I have like 3 minutes left. I love you all equally. Peace out. Have an amazing rest of your day, night, week, whatever. And see you all next time. I'm telling you, there will probably be more voiceover videos. I'm not joking. There probably will be more. Wish I had videos for like an hour long or more, but as you can see, bye now. Peace out. Good night, good morning, good whatever. Adios. Ciao ciao. I think Avita's saying, I know other languages to say goodbye. I am so sorry. I'm just trying to say goodbye now. All right. Bye. That's crazy. Look at the guest name in the corner. This is so scuffed. Okay. Bye. Put guest name in there. Am I gonna write Ricket? Is it gonna be Ricket? Let's see. Yep, there we go. Here we go. End screen. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah. Seriously. You don't have to stay here for the entirety of the end screen. It's like literally just sitting there for people to wrap up, and I was gonna raid somebody if I wanted to raid somebody. I don't remember if I did or not, but it's there. Alright, we got 1 more minute. I'm yapping. I'm sorry. Alright. Now you get to experience actual silence.